Well, you know what that means.
Well, here we are on YouTube, Nathan. Just a couple of corn dog, Klondike, ignoramuses,
Ass hats.
ass hat. That's the other one. I gotta write these down.
Which reminds me, we got to do a segment of just all the negative comments someday.
One of these days. But then people will comment and say, "Oh, don't worry about the haters." We don't. We don't. Here's the thing. We give equal. Here's the thing. We don't worry about the haters, but we also respond to the pleasant comments as well. So we respond to everybody. That's the thing. But the quote unquote, I hate that term, hated. Those who are negative or maybe throw shade our way. Sometimes it's just more fun. It's just more fun. Yeah. Like,
ultimately, it's about the fun.
Yeah. I'm 45 years old. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt from somebody who doesn't like me. Trust me. As they say, take a number.
Get in line, laddie.
Get in line. Get in line, laddie, and take a number. But yeah, we're speaking of the new Klondike comment. Somebody said that you and your daughter, Natalie, were doing a great job, and I ruined it by... So, I speaking of which, I think your daughter will be on future videos, so that will happen. So,
yeah,
she's lovely and she's so sweet. So I don't blame them. I mean, I'm not a sweet, kind young lady, so I'm just an old guy here. All right, Nate, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Okay, so this is a band called Yes.
I've heard of Yes. I don't know anything about them. I have had a person recommend them to me before, so I'm actually kind of curious about this one.
Yeah, I've done a couple songs of Yes on my other channel, Ryan First Listens. Check it out. I've done a couple of Yes songs. From what I understand, without Googling, without doing any research, they're kind of like in that prog area, prog rock type bands. You have long, complex songs, and so kind of that's the direction you can go in.
Like if I had to guess, do they sound like the Cars at all?
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Okay, that was my very limited understanding.
So. Yeah, well, this is a Patreon request. This is from Gary, so shout out to Gary. We appreciate your support on our Patreon, and hope you'll stick around. And we're sorry this came in a little bit late, but still make it into the end of the month. Woo! By the seat of our pants here. Mm-hmm. He wants us to do the song "Fragile," and this album is 1971, and this is their fourth studio album
in 71.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they were doing innovative and new stuff right at the beginning, I guess. So this is also back when bands maybe released like 2 albums a year, but I don't know what the rate was at the time. But without further ado, let's check out Yes's, and this is the opening track on the album, Fragile, and again, the song is called Roundabout.
All right.
Yeah, funk almost. That's a fast bass line.
Yeah.
I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. I spend the day away. Call it morning, driving through the sun and in and out the valley. The children really ring. I spend the day away. Call it morning, driving through the sound and in and out the valley. In and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky and they stand there. 1 mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you. 10 true summers, we'll be there and laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see. I'll be there with you. I will remember you. Your silhouette will charge the view of distant atmosphere. Call it morning, driving through the sound and even in the valley. In and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky. They stand there. 1 mile over, we'll be there and we'll see you. 10 true summers, we'll be there and laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see. I'll be there with you.
A Latin beat there.
Yeah.
Like Santana almost.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hear that.
You gonna dance too, Madison? It's a cool sound for 1971.
Yeah, the production value is really high on this.
Oh.
In and around the lake, mountains come out of the sky, they stand there. 24 before my love, I'll be there.
Nice rhythm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll talk about after I got. bass line, tearing it up.
I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. You spend the day your way. Call it morning, driving through the sun and in and out the valley. In and around the lake. Mountains come out of the sky. We stand there. Walking right over, we'll be there. We'll see you. Telling you summers will be there, laughing too. 24 before my love, you'll see. I'll be there with you.
So a few things came to mind when listening to that. Number one, okay, so prog music is an interesting beast, and I know the umbrella is just as big as saying pop music or country music or any kind of genre. It's you kind of like let's use country music, right? So we know if I say the word country music, imagery of sounds or the feeling of what that sound might be is already in your head. It's there. You kind of like I know a country music song when I hear it. Now, even if you're a country music fan, you're not gonna like everything you hear. That's a country music genre song. It's impossible. So that's kind of how I approach prog. Is that it's a new genre for me. Like I've only started listening to it like in the last year,
Yeah.
and so I'm experiencing it for the first time in my life. And I think just like country music or metal or anything else, there's certain types of prog songs I like better than others. And
Yeah.
just because the song is prog, there's some I would say there's some prog lovers who just feel it's the superior form of music, if that makes sense. Because it's difficult or the time changes or it's like we get it. You're accomplished musicians, and maybe that's what that genre brings in, or other musicians like, oh, look at those experts at what they do. So all this is being said is this is actually the kind of prog song I like.
Yeah.
I like that it's fast and there's actual rhythms and beats, and I can tap my feet. Sometimes the time changes can become so complicated and so much that it's like it's kind of it's like a mosaic of sounds where I don't really get I don't get a feeling of the song, you know.
Yeah.
But here you got that driving bass line, which was incredibly heavy and chunky for 71.
Oh yeah.
It's like just the funk. And so what I liked about the song is that you'll probably speak better to this than me, is the time changes, but it never quite lost its flow or beat or feeling of one song. So I know I really like this song. It's the kind of prog I can get behind, where it's driving rhythm, driving beats, got strumming acoustic guitars, got harmonies at the end. I like the guy's vocals too. It's a good vocal. It's a nice. I like his vocal sound. So all in all, I think I'm really enjoying Yes's stuff, and I like the driving stuff more than just. I don't want to say any band's names, but some other prog stuff I've listened to, it's sometimes just like, it's kind of boring. Just because it's complicated doesn't mean it's fun to listen to.
I like that assessment of it, Ryan. You sometimes assume that I have like better insights than you, and I'm like, no, in fact, what I always love about your assessment is you always catch the bass before I even hear it. That almost happens every song. I agree with pretty much everything you said. The one thing I would add was, well, it's kind of like what you already said, which is this song. Yeah, like it made me want to like groove.
Yeah.
It actually had like a funky beat to it, and I'm limited. I'm way more limited than you are in terms of my understanding of prog. And what I've heard so far, yeah, there's some songs where I'm like, oh, I get it. This is more like trying to be artistic with this, and I can
Right.
appreciate that.
Sure.
But it's harder to get behind, like you say. It's harder to go like, yeah, I'd be there at that concert going like, here comes that cool time change that everyone loves. So, like, I don't know if I could do that. Whereas this song, I'd be excited to hear this song at a concert, you know?
Well, and after our discussion, I did a little bit of reading, and I did see that this is one of their more popular songs. This has become one of their best known songs. It's performed nearly at every concert since the release in '71. So maybe what we're feeling about this song, I guess even Yes fans feel the same way. So there you go.
Cool.
It's a staple of theirs, yeah. So that's probably why it was suggested to us as well. So there you go. If there's any more Yes songs like that, I would be happy to hear it. If you want to send us requests, there's ways to do it through PayPal or Patreon, and the information is below in this, where you get information on YouTube channels. You can also join our Discord channel, totally free. You can watch us record live and share insights and even make requests there if you want. Sometimes the requests, put it this way, the requests in Discord are louder than the requests on YouTube, but not as loud as the Patreon requests, if that makes sense. All right. Nathan, anything else you want to say there? Gary, thank you.
That was, thanks a lot, Gary. And we hope that you have more Yes for us in the future.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I want to have a band that comes out with No, and then the two tour together.
Maybe.
So whose turn with Yes? No. You don't understand. I'm asking. You could do a whole like Abbott Costello type routine. No is turn with Yes. Yes, I know. No, Yes is. I know. No, I know. You know. The Yes is. Yeah, you could do a whole bit on that. Maybe we'll have to write that down. Save that for a later video.
That's $1 million idea, right?
Yeah, it's really not.